For decades, breakthroughs in aviation were often associated with bigger aircraft, faster speeds, or entirely new designs. But sometimes the most meaningful changes are not dramatic revolutions. Instead, they come from refining what already works and quietly expanding what aircraft can do. That is exactly where the Airbus A321XLR fits into the story of modern aviation. Rather than creating a brand new category of airplane, Airbus took a proven platform and stretched its capabilities in a way that gives airlines more flexibility, more efficiency, and more route options, all without forcing them to rethink their entire operation. So in this video, we take a look at why the Airbus A321XLR is considered such a breakthrough, how it changes airline economics, reshapes route planning, improves long-haul narrow-body travel, and fills a critical gap in the aircraft market. At the heart of the A321XLR's impact is its range. The aircraft can fly approximately 4,700 nautical miles, or about 8,700 kilometers. That is a figure that not too long ago belonged firmly to wide-body aircraft, aside from specially modified jets like the Boeing 757-200 with winglets. With this range, the A321XLR can operate non-stop flights lasting 10 to 11 hours using a narrow-body platform. This dramatically expands what a narrow-body aircraft can do. Routes that previously required a connection or demanded a larger wide-body aircraft can now be flown non-stop with fewer seats and lower financial risk. Airlines can connect distant city pairs that were never viable before, especially secondary cities that cannot consistently fill 250 or 300 seats. Most of all, this capability is not achieved through simple add-on fuel tanks. The A321XLR features a permanently integrated rear center fuel tank, an increased maximum takeoff weight of roughly 223,000 pounds or 101,000 kilograms, and aerodynamic refinements that preserve efficiency over long distances. These structural and system upgrades allow the aircraft to carry enough fuel for extended missions while maintaining payload flexibility. The result is a narrow body that reaches deep into territory once dominated by twin-aisle jets. Airlines can now review how they structure long-haul flying, not just in terms of distance, but in terms of risk and opportunity. One of the most disruptive aspects of the A321XLR is its cost structure. Compared with older, mid-sized wide-body aircraft, it delivers around 30% lower fuel burn per seat. In an industry where fuel often accounts for 20 to 30% of total expenses, especially on long-haul routes, that difference matters. Lower trip costs mean airlines no longer need to fill 250 to 300 seats to make a long-distance route viable. Instead, they can profitably operate flights with closer to 180 to 220 seats. That reduces the break-even load factor and makes routes financially sustainable even when demand is modest, seasonal, or still improving. By better matching aircraft size to real passenger demand, the A321XLR allows airlines to reduce financial risk while improving profitability. Rather than committing to larger jets that are difficult to fill consistently, carriers can launch long-range routes with fewer seats and lower operating costs. That flexibility makes it easier to experiment with new markets, adjust capacity as demand changes, and avoid the losses that come from flying oversized aircraft with too many empty seats. This shift has significant implications for airline network strategy. The A321XLR makes long-haul point-to-point flying more practical than ever before. Instead of routing passengers through large hubs, airlines can link smaller cities directly across oceans or continents. That reduces total travel time and increases convenience, both of which passengers value highly. From a competitive standpoint, this capability allows airlines to enter markets with limited competition. Certain routes may not justify daily wide-body service, but they can thrive with a smaller aircraft flying fewer frequencies at lower cost. Over time, this encourages more diversified global networks. Rather than concentrating growth in already congested hub airports, airlines can distribute capacity across a wider range of secondary markets. This improves network resilience by reducing reliance on a single hub and creating more balanced route structures. In an era where disruptions can ripple across entire networks, that flexibility becomes a strategic advantage. Another important factor is passenger experience. Narrow-body aircraft have traditionally been associated with shorter flights, but the A321XLR is designed for missions lasting nearly 10 to 11 hours. Airlines such as Aer Lingus and Iberia plan to use the aircraft on transatlantic routes, relying on newer cabin designs with improved lighting, quieter interiors, and larger overhead bins to enhance comfort. The aircraft can also feature lie-flat business class seats, a crucial element for airlines targeting corporate and high-yield travelers. Carriers like American Airlines and Iceland Air have emphasized the importance of pairing premium seating with modern in-flight entertainment and fast onboard connectivity. Together, these features allow airlines to offer a genuine long-haul experience on routes that do not justify a wide-body aircraft. Passenger acceptance is essential to the A321XLR's success, and early feedback suggests that the comfort gap between single-aisle and twin-aisle aircraft is narrowing. For many travelers, the convenience of a non-stop flight outweighs the benefits of a larger cabin. Avoiding connections, layovers, and terminal changes can make a narrow-body flight not just acceptable, but preferable. Beyond comfort and economics, the A321XLR fills a long-standing gap in the aircraft market. For years, airlines have searched for a jet that sits between large narrow bodies and smaller wide bodies, capable of flying long distances without carrying more seats than the market can support. The A321XLR fits that role almost perfectly. In doing so, it effectively replaces aircraft like the Boeing 757, which once served this niche but is no longer in production and is becoming increasingly expensive to operate as fleets age. The absence of a direct competitor has amplified the A321XLR's impact. Boeing's closest alternative, the 737 MAX 10, even once certified, is limited by a shorter range of roughly 3,300 nautical miles. That makes it well suited for high-density domestic routes or shorter international flights, but not for long missions such as transatlantic services approaching 10 or 11 hours. As a result, the two aircraft do not compete evenly in the long-range narrow-body segment. Certification delays for the MAX 10 have further strengthened Airbus's position. Airlines planning long-term fleet replacements cannot afford uncertainty, especially as older jets retire. Many have committed to the A321XLR because no comparable Boeing option is available in the near term. With hundreds of orders already placed, the aircraft has become the go-to solution for long, thin routes that once required wide bodies. Environmental performance also plays a key role in the A321XLR's significance. Its high fuel efficiency leads directly to lower CO2 emissions per seat, particularly on thinner long-haul routes where a wide body might fly with significant unused capacity. Using a smaller, more efficient aircraft on those routes reduces emissions without sacrificing connectivity. The A321XLR is certified to operate with up to 50% sustainable aviation fuel today and has been designed with the expectation that 100% SAF capability will become standard as supply expands and regulations evolve. This gives airlines flexibility to reduce life cycle emissions as cleaner fuels become more widely available, without needing to replace aircraft prematurely. By pairing long-range capability with strong efficiency and lower emissions, the A321XLR reflects a broader shift in aviation strategy. Instead of simply flying larger aircraft, airlines are increasingly focused on smarter fleet choices that balance reach, risk, profitability, and sustainability. In many ways, the A321XLR's breakthrough is not about speed or size, it's about precision. It allows airlines to operate long-haul routes with aircraft that are better aligned with actual demand, lower in cost, and more efficient in environmental terms. That combination quietly reshapes what is possible in commercial aviation. What do you think? Will the A321XLR permanently shift long-haul travel toward more non-stop narrow-body flights? Let us know by leaving a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more aviation content. See you next time. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. Visit simpleflying.com.